All right, thank you so much. Good to see everyone here. We're just waiting for the other members of Blue House to come. So the first match we'll be having is for the third and the fourth place playoff.
Right, where your people them, right? Right. Go sit down up there with them. Go sit down up there with them, right? We need to start. Right, just sit with your team, please. We need to start. No, we can't wait on that way.
All right, so we ask that if you just give us about 3 minutes, and we'll make sure that the teams are represented fully. All right, thanks for everyone here who's stayed behind to make it. This is the exciting final day of Bible Bowl 2025. As I said earlier, we're going to start with the third and the fourth place playoffs, and the rules will apply as pertained last week. We're going to start with section 1 of 3 sections, and in section 1, the teams will be asked their questions alternately, and 1 point will be given for each correct answer. And how we're going to do it in terms of the order, it was Peace House, Blue House who won the toss, and they want Faith House to go first. Okay, so I will ask Faith first, and then we will have Peace. So that's basically just some housekeeping here. Those are the rules. We want to make sure that everything, cell phones, everything are kind of put away off the desks. We have already tested the buzzers. We did so earlier. And everyone is okay? You tested your buzzers, Faith House? All right. And I think Peace House, you'd have tested your buzzers as well. All right. And one more thing I would just ask, while the questions are being asked, you know, we're here in an environment where everyone knows their Bible, but we have to treat this as we know when you're younger. Remember to continue. Can you keep a secret? What comes next? Keep it in your mind. So keep your answers in your mind, please, because when you blurt out your answer, that can affect the other. That can affect the answer and influence the team. All right, buzzers all set? Okay, so as I said earlier, Peace House won the toss, so I will be asking, upon their request, Faith first. Okay, so can we get the, actually in this section, it doesn't really matter that the buzzer is on. It's really in the second section, sorry, it's in the final buzzer section where it's most important. All right. In this section, we have 5 minutes. There are 5 minutes for this round 1, and section 1 starts in a minute. All right. So we'll ask the teams to introduce themselves, starting on my right with Faith House. Okay, I just want to make sure that there is mic amplification. You can just tap the mic so you can hear. Okay, just want to make sure the buzzer part of the mic is working. Want to make sure the sound is. So just say testing. You see? Okay, you can start again now with Faith House on my right. And to my left, Peace House. Okay, and the first name you'd have heard, Edward Price. All right, and so, as promised, Section 1, just make sure the timekeeper is with us. Section 1 starts now. And we're going to just have a time just to make sure all this is correct.
Denzel, they need to turn off their mic. Gloves, yeah. In order for the other side to hear everything.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so as soon as I ask the question, then you'll turn on your mics to answer, because we want to do this quickly. As soon as you're finished, you turn off your mics. Okay, as I ask alternately. All right, you ready? Can we just breathe deeply? All right, everyone breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Timekeeper, ready? Yep. Section 1 starts now. Which gospel does not describe the birth of Jesus? John. The answer is actually Mark. Asking peace. In the Gospel of Matthew, how many Beatitudes are there? 5. The answer is 8.
Mic off.
Faith House. Which Gospel records the crucifixion of Jesus taking place at the 3rd hour? Matthew. The answer is actually Mark. Peace House. In which 2 Gospels is the weeping over Jerusalem scene found, where Jesus laments the city's failure to recognize him as Messiah? Which 2 Gospels?
Time.
The answer is actually Matthew and Luke. Coming over to Faith House. What was the name of the town where Paul met Timothy?
Time.
The answer is Lystra. Peace House. Other than the town where Timothy was born, what was the name of the town where Timothy was known and highly respected?
Time.
The answer is Iconium. Going back over to Faith House, in 1 Corinthians, Paul says that if one builds on the foundation of Jesus Christ, their work will be shown for what it is, because what will bring it to light? Their work will be shown for what it is, for what will bring it to light?
Time.
The answer is day will bring it to light. Over to you now, Peace House. In 1 Corinthians, what was Paul's advice to those who thought that they were wise by the standards of this age? What was the advice Paul gave them for those who thought they were wise?
Consider themselves foolish.
Okay, very good. Yes, that's correct. Coming over to Faith House. Complete the sentence. Even if you had blank guardians in Christ, you do not have many fathers. Even if you had blank guardians in Christ, you do not have many fathers. The answer is actually 10,000. And going back over to Peace House, in the book of Acts 19, what was Skeva's occupation? What was Skeva's occupation? He was actually a Jewish chief priest. Over to Faith House. Name one of the 3 people in Corinth that Paul the Apostle said he baptized in 1 Corinthians chapter 1. Name one of 3 people that Paul said he baptized in 1 Corinthians chapter 1. Gaius is correct. Over to Peace House. Name another person other than Gaius, okay, who Paul said that he baptized in 1 Corinthians 1. No, it would either have been Crispus or Stephanus. Over back to Faith House. When illustrating that the human being will be raised with a different kind of body, using the example of a seed, what seed does he mention specifically, the Apostle Paul? What seed did he say that human beings will be raised to a different kind of body, comparing it with a seed?
Time.
It's actually wheat. Now over to peace. When illustrating that a human being will be raised with a different kind of body, using an example of animals now, name one animal that Paul mentioned specifically. It's actually birds or fish. Over now to faith. To what province did Paul go since he did not find his companion in Troas? To what province did he go because he did not find his companion in Troas? Okay, the answer there is actually Macedonia. Now we ask the questions over to Peace House to complete this round. Name one of the 2 epistles that address slaves obey your earthly masters. Name one of the 2 epistles where we find that slaves obey your earthly masters. Ephesians is correct. The other would have been Colossians. And that marks the end of section 1. If you notice, this is third place playoffs and finals. The questions are a little more difficult, you would observe. But we're learning along the way. Let's applaud the 2 teams. And I'll just consult to make sure that we get the scores so far. Okay, and at the end of section 1, the scores are and in the order in which they answered. Faith House, Purple House, you have 1 point, and Peace House, Blue House, you have 2 points. We now go into section 2. Okay, applaud them. This is where we're going to actually quickly get more points. As you know, in this section, we have 1 minute each, and we're going to have 2 rounds in this section here. So you'll be asked you'll be asked questions for 1 minute twice, okay? And you will gain 1 point for each correct answer, and we just want to make sure that all mics, okay, you're going to share your mic? Okay, so you've got your system, all right. I'm doing it, and just to make sure that the timekeeper will have this recorded. All right, we're going to get extended. Your minute starts now, starting with Faith. In which gospel do we find the story of the prodigal son? Correct. Which gospel contains a Sermon on the Mount? Correct. Which gospel tells the story of the Samaritan woman at the well? Correct. According to Jude chapter 6, who did not keep their positions of authority? Correct. How many churches are addressed in Revelation chapters 2 and 3? Correct. Which gospel includes the parable of the lost sheep? The answer is Luke. Who was a tax collector who climbed a tree to see Jesus in Jericho? Correct. Which gospel includes the parable of the talents, describing it as bags of gold? Correct. What was the name of the high priest who interrogated Jesus after his arrest? Correct. Who was the and that's the end of the first section. For Faith House, and now we're going to be asking Peace House their questions, and your minute starts now. Who was the first to proclaim that Jesus was the Son of God in the Gospels?
Peter.
Correct. Which Gospel includes the longest discourse of Jesus on the Holy Spirit?
John.
Correct. What was the name of the man who helped Jesus carry the cross to Golgotha?
Joseph.
It was Simon of Cyrene. Okay. What miracle does Jesus perform on the Sabbath that angered the Pharisees in the Gospel of John?
Healing of the hand.
Can you say it again, please?
Healing of the hand.
He was actually healing a man who was born blind from birth. Okay. Who was the tax collector that Jesus dined with, leading to the controversy about Jesus being with sinners?
Levi.
Levi is correct. Who sent this message to Pilate? Don't have anything to do with that innocent man.
Pilate's wife.
Correct. In the Gospel of Luke, which 2 women visit the tomb of Jesus on the morning of his resurrection? Mary Magdalene and Mary. Yes. In the Gospel of John, what does he say that the people who went to arrest Jesus did when he said, I am he? In the Gospel of John, what does John say that the people who were... Okay, I'm sorry. Your first minute is... Second minute now for Faith House. Definitely applaud them. As we see, we're making up for lost ground. Well done, both teams, in your first section. This is the second and final minute now for Faith. Which gospel contains a parable of the 2 sons that Jesus uses to illustrate obedience to God? Which gospel?
Luke.
Matthew. Who did the centurion want Jesus to heal from a distance? Who did the centurion want Jesus to heal from a distance?
His servant.
Correct. Who replaced Judas Iscariot among the 12
Matthias.
apostles? Correct. On the day of Pentecost, about how many were baptized?
3,000.
Correct. What time of day did the Holy Spirit come on the disciples on the day of Pentecost?
Noon. He said noon. He said
No, it was 9 in the morning. Sorry. Who is considered the first Christian martyr?
Stephen.
Okay. What did the people who stoned Stephen lay at the feet of Saul? Correct. Which town was the apostle known as Paul, formerly Saul, from?
Tarsus.
Correct. Whose house did Saul stay at 3 nights during which he was blind?
Ananias.
Wrong answer came first.
Which answer came first? Okay, just pause there. Which answer came first? Okay. Okay, the answer was actually Judas, right? Okay, Judas. Okay, it's the second and final minute, and you can applaud Faith House. All right. I will now ask Peace House, your second and final minute. The questions are starting now. What was the name of the town where Paul or Saul was going when Jesus appeared to him?
Damascus.
Correct. What was the name of the street where Saul stayed for 3 days during which he was blind? What was the street?
Straight Street.
Correct. What was the name of the lady who the Apostle Peter raised from the dead? In Acts, correct. What was the name of the man who Paul the Apostle raised from the dead?
Pass.
Eutychus. What does Paul say is the wages of sin?
Death.
Correct. What does Paul say was a gift of God?
Eternal life.
Correct. On what island was Paul when he was bitten by a
Patmos.
snake? No, that was Paul. That would have been Malta. Why was Paul on that island when he was bitten by a snake?
Shipwreck.
He was, that's correct. Which of the original 12 disciples was the first to be martyred?
Stephen.
The answer is James, disciples now. Who was responsible for the killing of James, brother of John?
Herod.
Correct. Who told Philip, go south to the road, the desert road that goes down from Jerusalem to Gaza? Who told Philip?
Angel.
Correct. Who told Philip, go to the chariot and... Oh, that's the end of your second and final question for Peace House. Both teams did very well in this round. Thank you so very much. Now that you've calmed and the questions are a little more manageable, you did well. Thank you. I will now just consult with the judges.
First one did wicked compared to these. Oh, you can't keep it on still. The browser section.
At the end of section 2, the speed section, we have, in the order in which they answered, Faith House on 15 points. And Peace House on 15 points. What a way to enter round 3. This is the buzzer section. And so we have a neck and neck. Let me encourage every team member to inhale and exhale as deeply as you can, because it's all systems go. Let's just make sure. Can we test the buzzers again? Okay, you're tested. All right, that's for Faith House. And Peace House, testing your buzzers. All right, then the other two.
No, just two. Just two.
Whoa, okay, so we're dealing with those two. All right, collaboration needed definitely right there. All right, now, this is a section where it is very important that, especially for team members, you know the answer, you're eager to share it, do not blurt out the answer unless and until you are acknowledged. Understood? You have to be acknowledged before you blurt out your answer with the confidence that I know you have. All right, so in this section, again, it's 5 minutes for this section, and just to make sure how it goes is that when you press your buzzer, we will know which one first because it knocks out the others, okay? So just to make sure that we have that on straight. All right, so with both teams on 15 points, here is where things get super exciting in round 3, the final round. And here we go, starting now. Name one of 2 companions of Paul who helped him. Faith House.
Silas.
Correct. It's Silas and Timothy. The question was, name one of 2 companions of Paul who helped him write the letter of 1 Thessalonians. Silas is correct. Next question is, who promised, in the book of Revelation, what is promised to the one who is faithful until death?
Time.
The answer is the crown of life. In Revelation, what church is warned about the teaching of Balaam?
Sure.
Time.
The answer is Pergamum. Who is a liar according to 1 John 2:22? Peace House.
The one who says they walk in the light, but still sins.
Actually, no. 1 John 2 is whoever denies that Jesus is the Christ. John wrote that when Christ appears, we shall be like him, for we shall see him as he is. What does everyone who has this hope actually do? When Christ appears, we shall be like him, we shall see him as he is. So, everyone who has this hope does what?
Time.
The answer is purify themselves as he is pure. What command closes the book of 1 John 5?
Time.
Remember, dear children, keep yourself from idols. That's the command. What illustration from nature does Paul compare false teachers in 2 Peter 2? What illustration from nature does Paul compare false teachers in 2 Peter 2?
Time.
He describes them as springs without water and mists driven by a storm. Who often refreshed Paul and was not ashamed of Paul's chains, as mentioned in 2 Timothy 1, verse 16? who refreshed Paul and was not afraid of Paul's chains in 2 Timothy 1:16.
Time.
The name is Onesiphorus. What three worldly rules did Paul give to the Colossians as examples of rules which have to do with things that are destined to perish with use? What are those worldly rules that are destined to perish with use? There are three of them.
Time.
Do not handle, do not taste, do not touch. What was Tychicus tasked to do for the church on behalf of Paul in the book of Colossians? What was Tychicus tasked to do for the church on behalf of Paul?
Time.
They were to tell them all the good news about Paul. Who would visit the church in Colossae with Tychicus? Who would visit the church in Colossae with Tychicus?
Time.
The answer is Onesimus. Who was Aristarchus to Paul according to Colossians 4 verse 10? Who was Aristarchus to Paul according to Colossians chapter 4 verse 10? And
Who?
peace. Peace?
Is that it?
He was actually his fellow prisoner. What detail does Paul reveal about Nympha in his final words to the Colossians? What detail does Paul reveal about Nympha in his final words to the Colossians? The answer is the church that meets at her house. And that noise tells you that it's the end of section 3, and therefore the end of the third and fourth place playoff in today's second and final day of Bible Bowl 2025. And with the sort of nail-biting finish as both teams entered round 3 with 15 points each, you can imagine I need to speak to the judges to confirm the final scores. Very hard. And so we have the final scores, and as you'll become accustomed, I'm going to reveal the score for Faith House first. Faith House has 17 points. Let's give them a hand. Peace House, Blue House, has 11 points. Give them a hand. Congratulations to you, Faith House. Wonderful fighting, Peace House. And we'll ask the two captains to come forth and shake hands, hug, or do whatever you want in the sporting spirit of the game. It's Calabar against KC. That's what we want to see. That's what we want to see. Had to go there. That's why the kingdom is the place to be. That's where we have it. Okay, and so we ask both team members, you can arise and you can go behind the stage. You have a little reward for your hard work backstage. Again, let's applaud both teams. Cheer on your teams. Now is the time. Cheer on your teams. Love and hope. Bring the buzzer testing at this time just to make sure all is in order. And as I asked the two teams before, can I ask both teams to inhale and exhale? And in the true spirit of a final, the questions will be a little more advanced than last week. Hence the need to inhale and exhale. All right. This is beautiful. Just seeing all of the banners and everything else. This is great as we cheer our teams on. Let's start. It's the exciting finals of Bible Bowl 2025. And so we ask the teams to introduce themselves in a minute, and I'll tell you how that is going to go. Who is going to answer first? Actually, Love won the toss, and they chose Hope to go first. And so I will ask to my left, Hope, if you will introduce yourselves, starting with
Hanif Miller. Good afternoon, everybody. Hanif Miller, the captain of the Hope team.
Hi, everybody. I'm Rhea, and I'm on Hope.
Good afternoon, Marlon Campbell.
John Mark, lead this afternoon. John Mark Ranger. Go again.
Afternoon, I'm John Mark Ranger.
Okay, thank you, Hope. And over to my right, Love House.
Mike's off, Mike's off, Mike's off.
Hello? Okay. Good afternoon. My name is Giovanni McFarlane.
His very busy day. Your preacher is also a Bible Bowl contestant.
Hi, my name is Melanie Quintina.
That's a brother and sister on this team now. Bright family.
I'm Iona Russell.
And I'm Euron Gordon.
Thank you, Love. Okay, this is a 5-minute section. This is section 1. Teams will be asked questions alternately. 1 point for each correct answer. Okay, and since Love had won the toss and is sending in Hope first, and we will go now. In the book of 3 John, who is condemned for loving to be first?
That would be Demetrius.
The answer is Diotrephes. In the book of 3 John, who is praised for doing what is good?
Gaius.
The answer is Demetrius. Hope House. What did Enoch prophesy about in book of Jude?
Enoch prophesied about the justice of the Lord.
It's actually the Lord coming with thousands of angels.
My goodness.
Love House, in the book of Jude, what does he say to do with those who doubt?
Pray for them.
It's actually be merciful to them. Hope. What are believers to do in the most holy faith?
To lift up holy hands.
It's actually build themselves up and pray. Love House, in Hebrews, what is called the anchor of the soul? What is called the anchor of the soul?
Hope.
There you go. That's correct. Hope House. What reason did Paul give to children why they should obey their parents in Colossians 3?
So that it may go well with you?
Actually, no, the answer is, for this pleases the Lord. Okay, that's more the commandment. It will go well with you. Going over to Love House. The question is, according to Galatians 2, verse 1, which two companions of Paul went with him to Jerusalem to clarify the doctrine to the Gentiles?
Barnabas and, who's that one? Silas.
Okay, go for two T's. The answer is Timothy and Titus. Going over to Hope House. What town were Cephas, otherwise known as Peter, and Paul when Paul opposed Peter to his face?
Galatia.
The answer there is Antioch. Okay, your question now, over to you, Love House. What does Peter say Christians should be like, since everything will be destroyed in this way in the book of 2 Peter?
Time.
Should be holy and godly. Which brother first preached the gospel to the Colossians?
Which brother?
That's Hope House.
That is Paul.
The answer is Epaphras. Over to Love House. Which other church did Paul tell the Colossians he was contending for beside the persons in Colossae? Which other church?
Corinth.
The answer is Laodicea. You now, Hope House. To whom was the book of 2 John addressed?
That is to the lady.
Well, since you started answering, can you say?
To the lady.
Okay. I think we'll have to go to the judges to see how much, if lady alone will do. All right, so we'll let's put a pause on the time there, please. Thank you. Over to Love House. What should we not do to those who bring false teaching? In the book of 2 John, what should we not do to those who bring false teaching in 2 John?
We should not fellowship with them.
Okay, the answer is actually do not welcome them into your house. Okay, over to you, Hope. Who is 3 John addressed to?
Gaius.
Correct. Over to Love House. What gave John great joy, according to 3 John chapter 4?
That they remain in God's love.
It's actually hearing that his children are walking in the truth. And that would be the end of section 1. And please applaud both teams, Hope and Love. Nicely done. And I will be coming over just to address that lady answer to see how it goes. Okay, just to let Hope know, unfortunately, we could not award that answer. The lady was a little too general. It's actually, to whom was 2 John addressed was a question, and the answer is the lady chosen by God and her children. Okay, yeah, so that's why we couldn't give that one to you. And so, at the end of section 1, the scores are Hope House has 1 point, and Love House has 1 point. They're both off the mark, very important. And as you will find in this section going into section 2, this is the speed section. And so we're going to have 2 one-minute sections for each team. And the questions will be gauged as such that it's short, quick answers. And again, you can inhale and exhale.
Mike.
You're both off the mark. I will be asking, yep. All right, so 1 point for each correct answer. And because Love asked Faith to go first, we will be doing just that.
Hope.
Sorry, Hope. Sorry, very sorry. It would happen. Eh? Love asked Hope to go first, all right? And so we will ask Hope. And so the first minute for Hope starts now. According to 1 John 1, what cleanses us from all sin?
Love.
It's the blood of Jesus. What title does John give to believers in 1 John 3?
Saints.
Children of God. According to 1 John 3, how do we know what love is?
Because God first loved us.
Can you say it again, please?
Because God first loved us.
No, it says Jesus laid down his life for us. In 2 Thessalonians, in which letter is the man of lawlessness mentioned? Oh, I'm sorry about that. Let's scratch that question. Stop the time, please. In Romans chapter 16, which female is called a deacon?
Lydia.
Say it again?
Lydia.
It's Phoebe. In 1 Timothy 6, I'm sorry, let me see, another question. What does James compare the tongue to in chapter 3 of James?
A rudder.
It's a fire. Which epistle says, draw near to God and he will draw near to you? Which epistle?
1 Peter.
It's actually James. And that's the first minute for Hope House. We now have the first minute for Love House. And we ask the mics to be turned off for Hope House, please. Your minute, Love House, starts now. According to 1 John 5, verse 4, what overcomes the world?
Jesus.
Is answer our faith. What commandment is emphasized in 2 John chapter 1?
Love the Lord your God.
It's love one another. What drives out fear according to 1 John chapter 4?
Love.
And we're going to just get back consulting right there. All right. How would someone recognize those who were considered antichrists according to 1 John?
They deny that Jesus is God.
Correct. What example of rebellion is used in Jude? Whose rebellion?
They abuse celestial beings.
It's actually Korah's rebellion, who contended with the devil over Moses' body, according to Jude.
Michael.
Correct. What does Jesus call himself in Revelation 1, verse 8?
The Alpha and the Omega.
Correct. What came out of Jesus' mouth in John's vision?
A sword.
All right, we will get back to you with that in a minute. Okay, and that's the first minute completed for each team. It's hope and love. All right. Just a little testing there just to make sure. Okay. The second and final minute for Hope House starts now. Which church is the first one addressed in the letters of Revelation?
The first one is Ephesus.
Correct. Which epistle says, I can do all things through him who strengthens me?
Philippians.
That's correct, which is the shortest of Paul's letters by chapters.
Colossians.
It's actually Philemon, the shortest of his letters. Which epistle tells believers to consider it pure joy when you face trials of many kinds?
James.
Correct. Who did the church in Jerusalem send to Antioch to confirm the news of the conversions?
Paul.
The answer is Barnabas. What was Jesus holding in his right hand in Revelation?
A scroll.
The answer is 7 stars. What do the 7 golden lampstands represent in Revelation chapter 1?
The 7 churches.
Correct. To which church did Jesus say, here I am, I stand at the door and knock?
Stand at the door, knock. That's Laodicea.
Correct. And Hope pushed you well. Thank you. That's the second and final minute for Hope House. And we will be coming to the second and asking all the lights for Hope to come off. And just to make sure that we are ready to go. Love House, your second and final minute starts now. Fill in the blank. Godliness with blank is great gain.
Contentment.
Correct. Who is called the doctor in Colossians chapter 4?
Luke.
Correct. Who did Paul say loved this world and deserted in 2 Timothy 4?
Pass.
The answer is Demas. What woman is accused of leading believers astray in Thyatira?
Jezebel.
Correct. In Titus 1, verse 10, Paul warns about rebellious people, especially those of what group?
Circumcision.
Correct. According to Paul, who says, Cretans are always liars, evil brutes and lazy.
One of their own prophets. Their own poets.
Okay, it's actually their prophets.
That came first.
Prophets come first.
Prophets came first? Oh, that's correct, sorry. Who does a Hebrew writer say holds the power of death?
Jesus.
It's actually the devil. Complete the verse in Titus 2:11. For the great... Okay, that's the second and final minute for Love House. It's a bundle of nerves here. It's a bundle of nerves here. This is the end of section 2, where both teams had their 2 one-minute sections. And I'm going to have to collaborate with the judges about 2 answers here. repetition there just to make sure that all is well. And at the end of section 2, wow, this is really nail-biting. At the end of section 2, we have, and let me go with the team that answered first, Hope House. They're on 6 points. Love House, they're on 11 points. This is the third and the final section, the buzzer section, as it is called. Please remember now, 2 points this time will be awarded for each correct answer, but 2 points would be deducted for what is not considered a correct answer. Okay? Please also note that you have to be acknowledged before you blurt out your answer. I know in the excitement you want to do this, but you have to be acknowledged or you will not be awarded the points. Okay, everyone got that? All right, so our team members, inhale, exhale. This is the final and determining round for the championship in Bible Bowl 2025. We hope that you there online, you are ready for this, and we ask and remind you, audience members, please keep your answers a secret to yourselves. Very, very important that you do so. All right, we do not want any answers blurted out, which could influence the outcome of this round and indeed the entire match. Okay, so as we go through now, should I ask them easier questions or just the same? Just the same? All right. We'll make it a blend. Okay, this one is a 5-minute section as well. Remember, each correct answer, 2 points. Each not so correct answer, deduct 2 points. Okay. In the book of 2 Timothy, Paul wanted Timothy to bring 2 items to him. What were they? Name one.
Parchments.
Sorry, Hope House.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Is parchments or cloak?
That's correct. Parchments or cloak, either one would have done it.
Use the mic, please. Use the mic.
Finish a sentence in 2 Timothy 4, verse 7. I have fought the good fight. I have finished the race.
Hope.
Hope.
Fought the good fight, finished the race, kept the faith.
Correct. Finish a sentence in 2 Timothy 4, verse 2. Preach the word. Be prepared.
In season, out of season.
That's correct.
That.
Love House, yes. I'm sorry, that was my bad. I looked at them just to make sure, so that's what they did to take their cue. All right, thank you. So that's why I'll have to give it to them. I'll remember to say their names. Sorry about that. Okay. Name one of the descriptions of overseers required in 1 Timothy 3. That would be Hope House.
A husband of one wife.
In 1 Timothy chapter 3, okay. We will get back with that one. Thank you. In 2 Timothy chapter 3, Paul describes what people will be like in the terrible times to come. Mention 2 of these descriptions.
In what, Timothy?
Hope House.
Lovers of themselves and boastful.
Correct. In 1 Thessalonians 1, what did Paul tell the Thessalonians inspired their endurance? What did Paul tell the Thessalonians inspired their endurance?
Okay.
The answer is hope. Not because it's their name and you think they should have gotten it, okay? It's still a bundle of nerves. According to Galatians 1, verse 18, how long after his conversion did he go to Jerusalem to get acquainted with Peter? How long after Paul's conversion did he go to Jerusalem to get acquainted with Peter?
Okay.
The answer is 3 years. In 2 Corinthians chapter 12, in what did God say his power was made perfect?
Love.
Love
weakness.
house. Weakness is correct. In Galatians chapter 6, what will a person reap if they sow to please their flesh? Hope house.
Hope.
Destruction.
Correct. In Galatians 6, what did Paul say should happen if someone is caught in a sin?
Hope.
Hope.
To restore them gently.
Correct. Paul wrote to the Galatians, you were called to be free, but do not use your freedom to do what?
Hope.
Hope
As a cover up for evil.
is actually indulge the flesh. That wasn't correct. According to Ephesians 4, if you are angry, what should we not give the devil? Hope.
A foothold.
Okay, correct. In Ephesians chapter 4, verse 3, the readers were told, make every effort to keep the unity of spirit through the bond of blank.
Bond of peace.
Correct. In Ephesians chapter 4, verse 2, the readers are told to be completely humble and what?
Gentle.
Hope house.
And
Gentle.
Gentle is correct. In 1 Thessalonians, apart from Silas, who was the other companion Paul used to help write that letter? 1 Thessalonians, apart from Silas. Love house.
Timothy.
The answer is Timothy, correct. In 1 Thessalonians 1, what did Paul tell the Thessalonians produced their work? In 1 Thessalonians 1, what did Paul tell the Thessalonians produced their work? What produced it?
Okay.
The answer is faith. How many times did Paul the Apostle say he was pelted with stones?
Love.
Love.
3 times.
The answer is once. What did all people fall short of according to Paul in the book of Romans?
The glory of God.
Hope house.
Hope.
The glory of God.
Correct. What was the occupation of the man who instigated the riot in Ephesus?
Okay.
The answer is a silversmith. How many fruit of the Spirit are there? Love.
There are 9.
Correct. According to Paul, what did God use to shame the strong? The answer to that is the weak things of this world. So that's the end of the third and final section, signifying the end of the finals and the end of Bible Bowl 2025. And we just have to make sure about an answer that was given. Your teams, please. I know. And while all this is happening, I'd really like for us to just congratulate the many persons who work behind the scenes to make Bible Bowl 25 a reality, and not just a reality, but a success. Thanks to all the coaches for the teams that are working very hard to make sure the teams are ready. All right, thank you so much, the organizers, Dennis Miller, working tirelessly with that. Garnet Tucker, thank you so much. And they weren't acknowledged before, but our hard-working judges are Adam Levy, Carol Marshall, and we've got our, yes, and they have specific roles, right? So they are the scorers, Colleen Barrett and Clive Beckford, and our timekeeper, Denzel Barant. Thank you so very much. And we'd like to applaud every single team member from the third place playoff and this finals. A bundle of nerves. It's not easy being here, up here, and a spoon. And last but definitely not least, I had to wait, the person who wrote the questions, Gregory Ball. Thank you very, very much. Without questions, there wouldn't be a Bible Bowl, would there? All right. So he definitely came back with a bang. The confession I had to make last week didn't happen this week. More than enough questions. Thank you very much, brother. We appreciate that. All right, and now, yep. If this were the Grammys or the Oscars, I'd say the envelope, please. So give me that moment. I'll say the envelope, please. All right, final scores are in. And in the order in which they answered, we have Yellow House, Hope House, 24 points. And Love House, Red House, 17 points. Well done, both teams. And we ask the captains of both teams to come, shake hands, hug, everything in the sporting spirit of the game. This is Kingston College and Jamaica College. Only in the kingdom we can see such that spirit. And indeed, why won't everyone come and congratulate each other? Thank you everyone for staying behind, being here, supporting your teams. Thank you so much, those who joined online on the live stream. This has been Bible Bowl 2025. Thank you.